Okay, welcome to the Isofarian Guard. This is chapter 1.11 Coastal Road Alek, and it starts chapter 2. I had an issue with Alek because Alek is it's a giant board. Alek has these cards that are called, they trigger with the empower word. So, how do you get empower? Empower is by unlocking Alek's combine card, ability card. And Alek's combine card, ability card, is the primary part of Rima's blade. And if you sort out the cards for Grigory and Alek, you have this stack of cards for Alek, and this is the combined card. But you can't put in the combined card just because you want to use it. It costs 10 lux. Now I made a book of a printed out starting guide, and I made a discovered loot table, so the metal fragments are also part. The skill tree index, and here is Alek's skill tree, and combine. I had 10 lux because I did some battles. So I unlocked combine, and I could do it because it's directly adjacent to the starting skill. So and in combine somehow it shows a potion, and I find it difficult to read this kind of graph, but apparently it belongs to this card. So for example, if we had a freezing brew or azure solution, if we unlocked that, then we would have from him, looking at the primary, azure solution and freezing brew. So this potion icon tells you that you gain a card, and in hindsight it's of course obvious, but I had some problems understanding this. And for triggering the empower effect, you need to draw a shield chip or to sort chips. So this is one of the cards that you put in the dashboard, the ability dashboard of Alek. I also made a map, as you can see there, which saves a lot of space. Well, it's at least you have you can keep track of where you are. The one question that I have is that from chapter 2 onwards, so apparently what you're doing is you play the 1-star monsters for chapter 1, 2-star monsters for chapter 2, and 3-star monsters for chapter 3, and the 4-star monsters for chapter 4. And the star icon here, the rarity, as it's called in the iconography of the reference guide, it's not a rarity, but it is the chapter number. And for chapter 2, you have 3 sheets for the notes, and I'm currently at note 68, facing a brigand marauder, and I drew two skulls out. I'm facing both a brigand marauder and a brigand chief, and this is on slot 1 and this is on slot 3. That means that the brigand chief cannot be so you don't put them next to each other, but you put them under each other. 1 and 2 are the front row, and 3 is the back row. So in order to hit the brigand chief, you have to defeat first the brigand marauder. That's a subtle thing that is likely to be missed. The one problem that I have is that all these notes with 1 star for chapter 1, meaning only Grigory, never enter the game. How to explain this? So in chapter 1.11 you meet Alek, and before chapter let's see, 9, Grigory, Silny. It says again all the time, if victorious, proceed to chapter 1.7 victory, and the victory says move Grigory's ship to the next node. There is no breathing room to actually go and hunt for for example, the armored Zook. Let's find an armored Zook in chapter 1, and how we could have combated an armored Zook from chapter 1. Say for example you really want to get a horn with 6 Lux Essence, for example. So you really want an armored Zook. The armored Zook appears in node 8, 23. So, where is node 8? Node 8 is here. So you would have had to go with Grigory at some point, if you had breathing room, from the starting point of 30 all the way to here, to find an armored Zook and attack it. Or node 23, that is here, so you would have go here and try to hunt for an armored Zook. But there is no there is no freedom of movement, because you go from 30 to 32 because of the story. And after the story, you meet Alek and you go to chapter 2, where you only get to fight the 2-star enemies. Well, there is a little bit of variation between the stars and the chapters, because if you go to, for example, 14 and you draw 3 skulls, you would have you would be facing a stone hunter with, of level 2. But it's more kind of a level than a rarity. So if you go to chapter 2, all these things are 2 stars, and it's impossible. Let me check. Yeah, so there are no 1-star enemies anymore, which is, I think, a shame. So I'm wondering, at which point could you have deviated? Because you go from chapter 1, the mountain pass, and you move him to 30, then you move him to 31, then to 32. And there is no suggestion to go and hunt for something. Then move it to Castle Strig, do a choice, and so when you're following the story, you can't skip the story and go into adventure mode. That is, I think, a little bit under highlighted. So now I'm going to fight the 2 enemies and proceed from there. But I think I should add a note that at the first chapter you should be able to go adventuring, and you should also yeah, but I don't think it will work. Well, okay, bye.